everybody. This is Kara, aka the Principal Painter, and Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Christmas with family and friends. And if you are by yourself, well, you are no longer by yourself because you are with me. So this evening, I am doing a whip and chat, and I'm going to be chatting with you about, well, I'm going to be filming 3 20-minute segments and discussing different things within those 20 minutes. So the first 20 minutes, I'm going to talk about some of the Christmas traditions around my house growing up and some of the things that I did with my kids when I, was married and had kids. And then I'm going to talk about some popular Christmas toys that will take you down memory lane. I just know it. Okay, so let's talk about the traditions in my house when I was growing up. As most of you know, I grew up all around the world. I was born in Baltimore, Maryland, then moved to Bangkok, Thailand, then moved to Houston, Texas, then moved to Williamsburg, Virginia, then moved back to Texas, and I've been here for the rest of my life. So, I remember one of the most special things that we did at Christmas in our house was very interesting because Christmas Eve was even bigger than Christmas Day. My mother, again, tried to make things magical for my sister and I. So we would dress up. She would get us the fanciest dresses. We felt like princesses. We'd go to church, and then we would come home. And again, I felt like a princess. My mother would make all kinds of appetizers. And one of the things that she made that was so special to me, and I swear I'm going to do it one day, we called it the sandwich. It was a sandwich, and she would buy a whole loaf of bread, and the loaf of bread was not sliced into slices. It was a full whole loaf of bread. And she sliced it into 4 layers horizontally. And the 4 layers contained fancy chicken salad, fancy salmon salad. Oh gosh, what else did we do? An egg salad and something else. And so she would spread the layer of the sandwich filling in between each layer. So you had a different sandwich filling on each layer. Then she would soften cream cheese, and she would spread cream cheese over the entire loaf. So when you sliced it, you got this beautiful slice of 4 different sandwich fillings and the bread and the cream cheese. It was to die for. And I can't remember how long it's been since I've had that sandwich, and then of course she would buy my sister and I sparkling grape juice in fancy glasses. So we were drinking our sparkling grape juice out of wine glasses. I mean, she just made it really fancy. She would do bourbon hot dogs, the little smokies in the crock pot with the bourbon and brown sugar glaze, that kind of thing. That was fun. She would make spinach balls that were, I know, some of you I know are not spinach fans, but you couldn't even taste the spinach in these. They were great. Oh gosh, this is bringing back such memories. What else she would just find all kinds of little appetizers to make. And so we would come home from church and have our little appetizer spread and enjoy that. And then, of course, my sister and I would always get done before my mom and dad, and we'd be like, presents, it's time for presents. And so what we did on Christmas Eve was we opened family presents on Christmas Eve and opened Santa presents on Christmas Day. So we would open our gifts and just enjoy each other's company, Christmas carols playing, that sort of thing. Now, when I was grown and older and married to my first husband and had the kids growing up in the house, we did things a little different. We would go to church. I still kept the tradition that my mom kept as far as just making a fancy spread when we got home from church and letting the boys eat and open some gifts. And then my first husband would every year read them the Texas Night Before Christmas. And it's essentially the night before Christmas, but it's kind of in Texas theme. So that's what he would do. And then they would finish up their story, and we would go outside and put out carrots for the reindeer, cookies for Santa, and you know, we'd have to go outside and make it look like the carrots were eaten and the cookies were eaten, and I'd write a letter to them and, you know, mention some specific things that had happened throughout the year, so they thought, oh my gosh, he really knows, he's really watching. Yes, he is. And I did what my mom did. I wrapped the gifts in different wrapping paper than the boys knew about. And they loved to go light looking. They loved it. We'd pile everybody in the car with hot chocolate, and we would just drive around different neighborhoods to go light looking. That was always fun, and they loved it. We have a huge shopping mall in Houston called the Galleria, and every year Blake will call and go, can we go light looking? And that's where he wants to go. He still loves light looking. The kid is 19, and he's like, can we go light looking? Yes, we can go light looking. Let's go. So that was always fun. But yeah, Christmas Day, we would have the big meal and, you know, the turkey and all that kind of stuff, or ham, whatever my mom cooked. But Christmas Eve was always just absolutely magical because of, you know, my mom making sure everyone felt like they were fancy and we were all dressed up, and, you know, getting to drink out of the special wine glasses and all that kind of thing. So that was fun. And then I did, you know, this has been a challenge to kind of put together for me, because I am now working on Sweet Tooth, and this is a collab with Brandy of Mystery of Diamonds, and we're doing Sweet December. And so I'm telling Christmas stories on my Whippin' Chats as well. So I've had to reach out and find some new content. So I reached out today to Google, thank you Google, and looked up the most popular toys from the years. And some of these are gonna bring back memories, I promise you. The first popular Christmas toy that I found, and I was like, oh my gosh, I remember I had one. Simon. Simon was from 1978, and it was that game. If you're not familiar with Simon, I know there are some youngsters in the group. Simon was, it kind of looked like a Roomba, you know, the Roomba vacuums, but it had 4 lights on it. And what it would do is you'd turn it on, and Simon would start a pattern of the lights and the sound. So it might blink red first, and you'd hit red. Basically, you had to repeat the pattern it was doing. So if it hit red, green, blue, you had to push red, green, blue for it to go on. And pretty soon, there were so many light patterns that you had to stop and start over. But I love that thing. That thing kept me entertained for hours. Sure helped my memory, I think. I don't know. Next one, Atari 2600. That was from 1979, the very first video gaming system. I was not really into video games at home. I would go to the arcade and play Pac-Man and Centipede and all those kinds of things. But me and Marlon was into gaming. Marlon, do you remember the Atari 2600?
I do.
Yep, it was the first one that came out. Crazy. Hot Wheels. Everybody remember Hot Wheels? The little cars that you would race up and down your floor? Yep, Hot Wheels. I had some Hot Wheels. I liked those. They were more a boy's toy, but I liked them. We had Hot Wheels race tracks and everything else. It was crazy. What else down memory lane toys? Nerf balls. Oh, I loved Nerf balls. We actually had Nerf guns that shot darts out of them. Those came later, but the Nerf balls, when they came out, were fun, and, you know, you could play dodgeball with them and nobody would get hurt, and I loved Nerf balls. What else was popular? Weebles. Weebles. Those little, they were kind of pear-shaped, and the commercial was Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down because you could bend them over and then they'd come back up and Weeble wobble. I had Weebles. This is so funny. I can't believe I remember all this stuff. Uno card game. I have spent hours playing Uno with friends. I loved Uno, and actually Uno is back. My kids at my school love to play Uno, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's been around since the beginning of time. But Uno was popular. What else we got? Pet rocks. I really wish that I would have been the inventor of pet rocks. All you gotta do is put a rock in a box and people pay for them. That's all it is. I'm sure the man made millions. It was a gentleman that invented it and put it out there, and people went crazy. Pet rocks. I'm sure if he is still alive, he's still a multi-millionaire because of how many people bought pet rocks. Simple concept, but he made a killing off of that. The Cher doll. I wanted a Cher doll so bad, and I never got one. Never got one, but I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. And that was back in the day, and she was all dressed up, and it was the Cher doll. I had lots of Barbies, but I never had a Cher doll. That was pretty cool. When I saw that picture, I went, I remember this. I wanted this so bad and never got it. What else? Oh, Star Wars action figures. I had a Star Wars t-shirt, no action figures, because again, those were more toys for boys, but man, Star Wars action figures were really popular back in the day. When I was like in 3rd grade, the first Star Wars movie ever came out, and I got a shirt, and I remember my 3rd grade class picture. I'm standing on the back row, because I was one of the tallies in the group, with my Star Wars shirt, and I thought I was just all that and a bag of chips. But yeah, Star Wars action figures started being very popular back in the day. People don't realize how far back Star Wars goes, and again, it's had such a resurgence that Rubik's Cubes. This is another toy that I had. Never could quite figure the whole thing out. I could get maybe 2 sides of the Rubik's Cube figured out. Kids these days, I mean, they're just, I mean, they absolutely are crazy for them. They're in their hands all the time. So again, that's another toy that was very popular back in the day that has made a resurgence. Kids love them. Love those Rubik's Cubes. And again, I don't know if it's from all the texting or what, but I mean, they are so fast on that Rubik's Cube. Oh gosh. Okay, now we're getting in to my son's younger days. Anyone have kids that had to have Beyblades? Do you remember what Beyblades were? They were like a top, and you'd put it on a device of some sort, and you would rip out the little ripcord that caused them to spin, and they would have Beyblades wars. They had Beyblades tournaments. I bought so many dang Beyblades for my child. He, you know, of course, had to have them all, so Mom had to go search every store for Beyblades. Oh, never got it, but he loved them. And this was my youngest. This was not my oldest. My oldest didn't get it either, but my youngest had to have them. Pokemon cards. Oh my gosh. Those were enough to drive me nuts in school. Trading Pokemon cards everywhere, being traded on the playground, being traded in the cafeteria, teachers taking the Pokemon cards, students getting them back and continuing to trade them, students with monstrous stacks of them, bringing them to school, Pokemon display boards, you know, or display binders where they had all of their Pokemon cards. I never got it, but they were wildly popular and drove me nuts as a teacher and an administrator in school. Put the Pokemon cards up, please. They loved them. Loved them. What else we got? Furbies. Anyone remember Furbies? That was not back in my day, but it was in my sister's day. She loved her Furby. Oh my gosh. Again, seeing these pictures, I just cracked up. I'm like, oh, I remember that. Sure do. Yep, Furbies were a big thing. Maybe Furbies were like in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken. But they were hard to find at Christmas. My Little Pony. Oh my gosh, my sister had the My Little Pony stable, several My Little Ponies. She also had Strawberry Shortcake. That was another one that was really big, and she had every single one of them. Her room smelled like a fruit factory. Of course, I've mentioned before Cabbage Patch dolls. Oh, my sister had to have one, and my dad fearlessly went out and got her one. God bless my dad. I swear, right now, If he wasn't sequestered in his assisted living facility and could get out, if I wanted something that was hard to find, he would still get in his car and go, because he just loves it. He loves getting out there and just hunting for hard to find things and finding them, like a hobby of his. Teddy Ruxpin. Remember Teddy Ruxpin? And he would read books, and he was in his own series of books. Again, that was a sister thing. That wasn't me. And my sister obviously is younger, so. Yep, Teddy Ruxpin. That's funny. And Beanie Babies. Can I talk to you about Beanie Babies? I was a Beanie Baby nut. And again, Beanie Babies came out when I was an assistant principal at my first elementary school. We literally went nuts. I don't know how many Beanie Babies I had collected. I was insistent to my first husband, this is going to pay for my children's college. We are going to collect these. I had the Princess Diana bear. I had the Garcia bear. I had all the hard to find, Beanie Babies. And there was a gift store that I actually worked at in high school. And fortunately, the owner was still there when I was in my Beanie Baby craze. And she'd call me and go, hint, hint, a box might have arrived today. Because again, back when Beanie Babies were popular, they were sold out in a matter of minutes when a store had them. So she would call me and go, a box may or may not have arrived. Guys, I got a speeding ticket. Speeding from Katy to Houston to get Beanie Babies. Speeding ticket in my neighborhood. It was crazy. And then the Beanie Baby minis came out from McDonald's. I'm not kidding y'all. Okay, so there were two other people in the Beanie Baby craze with me, and we were actually getting our master's degrees together at the time. So here we are, three of us getting our master's degrees, and we're running around like crazy for Beanie Babies. But McDonald's came out with the teeny Beanie Babies. We went to every McDonald's in town. I don't know how many we bought that day. We were giving the food away to homeless people because we didn't want the food. Can't eat all that. So yeah, homeless people raked in on teeny Beanie Babies because we'd just come out of McDonald's and go, here you go, here's the food. They were fine with it. Crazy Beanie Babies. Oh. I don't know what I did with my Beanie Babies. Again, they were going to pay for my children's college. No. The craze soon wore off, and that was it. There was a Beanie Baby club I was in. I mean, it was just crazy. I'm like, why? All right, folks. That is my discussion for right now, and I will link, and I'm going again to attach 3 videos that are about 20 minutes in length together, so we have a full hour. So I will see you in just a bit, and I have a special story to share with you. And I'm back. This is the second segment of my hour-long video for you guys on Christmas. And as an educator, you know, I taught elementary school, so it wasn't Christmas without some Christmas books. I mean, I read a ton of them. And of course, The Night Before Christmas is an all-time classic, but when Chris Van Allsburg came out with this book, it touched my heart. It was amazing. It's a Caldecott medal winner, and the Caldecott is given for illustrations, and Chris Van Allsburg is not just an author, he's an illustrator, so he illustrates all of his own books. And so I wanted to read The Polar Express for all of you, because again, I haven't read it right now. I haven't read it. It's December 9th, I believe, and it's not Christmas without reading at least The Polar Express. Seen the movie, heard the music, it's awesome. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take off the jacket because it's messing with me. Put it there. Okay. I'm hoping my husband set up the camera so you can see the pictures. And again, written and illustrated by Chris Van Allsburg. I hope you enjoy. On Christmas Eve, many years ago, I lay quietly in my bed. I did not rustle the sheets. I breathed slowly and silently. I was listening for a sound. a sound a friend had told me I'd never hear, the ringing bells of Santa's sleigh. There is no Santa, my friend had insisted, but I knew he was wrong. Late that night, I did hear sounds, though not of ringing bells. From outside came the sounds of hissing steam and squeaking metal. I looked through my window and saw a train standing perfectly still in front of my house. It was wrapped in an apron of steam. Snowflakes fell lightly around it. A conductor stood at the open door of one of the cars. He took a large pocket watch from his vest, then looked up at my window. I put on my slippers and robe. I tiptoed downstairs and out the door. "All aboard!" the conductor cried out. I ran up to him. "Well," he said, "are you coming?" "Where?" I asked. "Why, to the North Pole, of course," was his answer. "This is the Polar Express." I took his outstretched hand, and he pulled me aboard. The train was filled with other children in all their pajamas and nightgowns. We sang Christmas carols and ate candies with nougat centers as white as snow. We drank hot cocoa as thick and rich as melted chocolate bars. Outside, the lights of towns and villages flickered in the distance as the Polar Express raced northward. Soon, there were no more lights to be seen. We traveled through cold, dark forests where lean wolves roamed and white-tailed rabbits hid from our train as it thundered through the quiet wilderness. We climbed mountains so high it seemed as if we could scrape the moon, but the Polar Express never slowed down. Faster and faster we ran along, rolling over peaks and through valleys like a car on a roller coaster. The mountains turned into hills, hills to snow-covered plains. We crossed a barren desert of ice, the great polar ice cap. Lights appeared in the distance. They looked like the lights of a strange ocean liner sailing on a frozen sea. "There," said the conductor, "is the North Pole." I'm so sorry. If you're hearing noises in the background, it's my dishwasher. The North Pole. It was a huge city standing alone at the top of the world, filled with factories where every Christmas toy was made. At first, we saw no elves. They are gathering at the center of the city, the conductor told us. That is where Santa will give the first gift of Christmas. "Who receives the first gift?" we all asked. The conductor answered, "He will choose one of you." "Look," shouted one of the children, "the elves!" Outside, we saw hundreds of elves. As our train drew closer to the center of the North Pole, we slowed to a crawl. So crowded were the streets with Santa's helpers. When the Polar Express could go on no further, we stopped and the conductor led us outside. We pressed through the crowd to the edge of the large open circle in front of us. And in front of us stood Santa's sleigh. The reindeer were excited. They pranced and paced, ringing the silver sleigh bells that hung from their harnesses. It was a magical sound, like nothing I'd ever heard. Across the circle, the elves moved apart, and Santa Claus appeared. The elves cheered wildly. He marched over to us, and pointing to me, said, "Let's have this fellow here." He jumped into his sleigh. The conductor handed me up. I sat on Santa's knee, and he asked, "Now, what would you like for Christmas?" I knew I could have any gift I could imagine, but the thing I wanted most for Christmas was not inside of Santa's giant bag. What I wanted more than anything was one silver bell from Santa's sleigh. When I asked, Santa smiled. Then he gave me a hug and told an elf to cut a bell from a reindeer's harness. The elf tossed it up to Santa. He stood holding the bell high above him and called out, "This is the first gift of Christmas." A clock struck midnight as the elves roared their approval. Santa handed the bell to me and I put it in my bathrobe pocket. The conductor helped me down from the sleigh. Santa shouted out the reindeer's names and cracked his whip. His team charged forward and climbed into the air. Santa circled once above us, then disappeared in the cold, dark polar sky. As soon as we were back inside the Polar Express, the other children asked to see the bell. I reached into my pocket, but the only thing I felt was a hole. I had lost the silver bell from Santa Claus's sleigh. "Let's hurry outside and look for it," one of the children said, but the train gave a sudden lurch and we started moving. We were on our way home. It broke my heart to lose the bell. When the train reached my house, I sadly left the other children. I stood at my doorway and waved goodbye. The conductor said something from the moving train, but I couldn't hear him. "What?" I yelled out. He cupped his hands around his mouth. "Merry Christmas," he shouted. The Polar Express let out a loud blast from its whistle and sped away. On Christmas morning, my little sister Sarah and I opened our presents. When it looked as if everything had been unwrapped, Sarah found one last small box behind the tree. It had my name on it. Inside was the silver bell. There was a note. "Found this on the seat of my sleigh. Fix that hole in your pocket. Signed, Mr. C." I shook the bell. It made the most beautiful sound my sister and I had ever heard. But my mother said, "Oh, that's too bad." "Yes," said my father, "it's broken." When I'd shaken the bell, my parents had not heard a sound. At one time, most of my friends could hear the bell, but as years passed, it fell silent for all of them. Even Sarah found one Christmas that she could no longer hear its sweet sound. Though I've grown old, the bell still rings for me, as it does for all who truly believe. I don't know why I get to the end of this book, y'all, and I start crying. Oh my gosh, I'm a mess. I hope you enjoyed that reading of the Polar Express. Again, it's my favorite Christmas story ever, and just love it. So, again, I will be back with my third segment. See you guys soon. Bye. Hi, guys. I am back with my love, and we are here to tell you Merry Christmas. Marlon, say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas!
He only puts his hands in front of the camera. I will put my face in front of the camera. Merry Christmas, everybody!
Merry Christmas, everyone!
Yay! Okay, so this is my third installment of this video montage to make it an hour. I wanted to show, and Marlon, can you look in the camera and see if they can see this? Can they see it?
Yes.
Okay, so at my school, I do a very special Christmas tradition, the 12 days of Christmas. And I back up when we get out of school for Christmas vacation, 12 days. And we do a special something for the teachers every single day. It's food, it's breakfast, it's lunch, whatever. And this is going to be Monday's surprise. So if any of my teachers are watching, I spoiled your surprise, but I don't care. This is an awesome ornament. 2020, a year to remember. Quarantine, travel ban, hand sanitizer, Zoom meetings, sports canceled, global pandemic, quarantine. I mean, it's just so funny. It's just got all the things that we've all been experiencing in 2020. So that will be an ornament on my tree, and I guess something I can tell my grandchildren and hopefully great-grandchildren in years to come. Just, what a year it's been. Okay, so I'm going to start with 50 fun Christmas trivia questions with answers for family gatherings. You are my family, so we're going to do this. I'm going to ask you 50 Christmas questions and see how many of you can answer them. And I won't really know because, again, this is a premiere. It's not a live, so I won't be seeing, well, I will be seeing the comments, but I hope it will be a fun little game for us to play while I am diamond painting and chatting with you on this Christmas. First question, are you ready? Which popular Christmas beverage is also called milk punch? Think, think, think. The answer is eggnog. Next question. What did the other reindeer not let Rudolph do because of his shiny red nose? They didn't let him do this. The answer is join in any reindeer games. Next question. How many ghosts show up in A Christmas Carol? The book, the movie, whatever you've seen of A Christmas Carol. Answer, 4. 4 ghosts show up. Next question. Where was baby Jesus born? Answer, Bethlehem. Next question. The movie Miracle on 34th Street is based on a real-life department store. What is it? Macy's. Love me some Macy's. Of course, you all know I love to shop. Okay. What are the 2 other most popular names for Santa Claus? Answer, Kris Kringle and Saint Nick. Are all of you getting these? You should be. Elvis isn't going to have a white Christmas. He's going to have a blue Christmas without you. So if no one's tuned in, I will have a blue Christmas as well. What do people traditionally put on the top of a Christmas tree? I mean, these are so easy. I read them all and I'm like, really? This is for amateurs. An angel. In Home Alone, the movie Home Alone, where are the McAllisters going on vacation when they leave Kevin behind? One of my favorite Christmas movies. Answer, Paris. In the classic movie, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Grinch was described with 3 words. What are they? Stink, stank, stunk. Are you all following along? Are you all getting these? In which modern day country was St. Nicholas born in? And I did not know this answer. Again, in which modern day country was St. Nicholas born in? Answer, Turkey. Originally, Patara, a city in the ancient district of Lastia in Asia Minor. All right. In the movie, It's a Wonderful Life, what happened every time a bell rang? An angel got its wings. I love these. I love these questions. They just they take me back. All right. What words follow Silent Night in the song? I hope I'm not showing you the answers. That would be bad. Holy Night. Which Hollywood actor played 6 different roles in The Polar Express that I just read you? The movie, The Polar Express. He played 6 different roles. Answer, Tom Hanks. In Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol, what was the first name of Scrooge? I mean, come on, you're not a Christmas person if you don't know these answers. His first name was Ebenezer. Which country did eggnog come from? Which country did eggnog come from? England. I'm trying not to answer them too quickly to let you think and process and figure it out. Which real-life person is Santa Claus based on? I didn't know the answer to this one either. Which real-life person is Santa Claus based on? The Christian bishop, St. Nicholas. Next question. What did Frosty the Snowman do when a magic hat was placed on his head? Think of the song. Think of the song. He began to dance around. Like I said, no one needs to hear me sing. All right, what is Ralphie's little brother's name in the movie A Christmas Story? Ralphie's little brother's name. Answer, Randy. Next question. Which Christmas song contains the lyric, everyone dancing merrily in a new, I can't even say this without singing it. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Okay, you probably got it. Rocking around the Christmas tree. Next question. What are you supposed to do when you find yourself under the mistletoe? These questions are too easy. You're going to find yourself kissing somebody. That's what you're going to be doing. All right. Which one of Santa's reindeer has the same name as another holiday mascot? Again, which one of Santa's reindeer has the name of another holiday mascot? Cupid! Which country started the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree? The only reason I knew this answer was because I did holidays around the world as a teaching unit. Which country started the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree? Germany. And they actually had real lighted candles on those trees. In the song, Walking in a Winter Wonderland, what do we call the snowman? Parson Brown. In the meadow we can build a snowman. I'm sorry, this involves me singing ooh and pretend that he is Parson Brown. Okay. In the movie Elf, what is the first rule of the Code of Elves? Treat every day like Christmas. Absolutely. Oh, I've got more, folks. I got more. According to the song, what did my true love give to me on the 8th day of Christmas? That's the 12 days of Christmas. What did the true love give to whoever their person was on the 8th day? Again, if you are hearing strange things in the background, that is my bulldog drinking water, and she doesn't do it quietly. The answer is 8 Maids a Milking. What was the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time? Highest grossing of all time. Home Alone. All right. Whose eyes are all aglow in the Christmas song? Whose eyes are all aglow in the Christmas song? Tiny Tots. With their eyes all aglow. Sorry, all of this involves me singing, which is not good for you. I'm going to cause migraine. All right. What was the real name of the character Tim Allen plays in The Santa Claus? So Tim Allen played in The Santa Claus. What was the real name of the character that he played? Scott Calvin. Okay, this may involve your calculator. How many gifts in total were given in the 12 days of Christmas song? How many gifts in total? If you think about it, I'm just going to give you a hint. There were a lot. How many gifts total? Answer, 364 gifts were given. Because, again, even on the 12th day of Christmas, they gave all the other gifts they'd given previously, plus the 12th. Sorry, I'm a teacher. It's just in my blood. Which fairy tale was the first gingerbread house inspired by? Hansel and Gretel. All right, in the movie A Christmas Story, what was the name of the neighbors whose dog ate the Christmas turkey? Again, in the movie A Christmas Story, what was the name of the neighbors whose dog ate the Christmas story? This is a funny name. The Bumpuses. Are you getting all of these correct, folks? I hope so. Just keep tally of how many you're getting correct and comment in the comments below how many you got right. I would love to see it. How do you say Merry Christmas in Spanish? Okay, Jose Feliciano, who's one of my favorites, wrote The song Merry Christmas in Spanish. Da, 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 da. That's a hint. Feliz Navidad. Where did the word and idea Christmasca come from? Christmasca. I guess it's a combination of Christmas and Hanukkah. Where did that idea come from? The OC. Next question. What is the name of the last ghost that visits Scrooge in A Christmas Carol? The name of the last ghost that visits Scrooge. The ghost of Christmas yet to come. Sorry guys, it's hard to read and diamond paint at the same time. All right, visions of which food danced in children's heads as they slept in the poem "'Twas the Night Before Christmas"? Which food danced in children's heads in the night before Christmas? Sugar plums. All right, next. What gift did the little drummer boy give to the newborn Christ? What gift did he give him? And he did give him a gift. He played his drum. What is the, okay, this is, again, I've learned a lot from this too. Okay, what is the best-selling Christmas song ever? The best-selling Christmas song ever. Made the most money, most popular. White Christmas by Bing Crosby. And I will tell you, I was observing my orchestra teacher the other day, and the orchestra played White Christmas. And it was so beautiful and just struck such a chord in my heart. I ended up crying, and I stood up and I said, "Can I interrupt?" And I never interrupt during an observation because they're nervous enough. But I said, "Oh my gosh, that was amazing." And I was crying, and a parent actually called me on it and said, "My daughter came home today and she said you were in her orchestra class and cried when she played White Christmas, and she was so excited." And I'm like, "Oh, it was really good." Okay. Three of Santa's reindeer names begin with the letter D. What are those names? What are those names? Three of Santa's reindeer begin with the letter D. Answer: Dasher, Dancer, and Donner. Okay. What was Frosty the Snowman's nose made out of? Frosty the Snowman, what was his nose made out of? A button. Next. What is the name of George Bailey's guardian angel in It's a Wonderful Life? George Bailey's guardian angel. It's a Wonderful Life. Clarence Oddbody. Okay, I watch this movie every year, so I know this answer. I hope you do too. In the 1964 movie Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what was the name of Rudolph's elf friend? 1964, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, what was the name of Rudolph's elf friend? Answer: Hermie. All right, next. What popular Christmas song was actually written for Thanksgiving? I didn't know this one either. Jingle Bells. I was thinking Over the River and Through the Woods, but no, Jingle Bells. All right. What was the first company that used Santa Claus in advertising? First company that used Santa Claus in advertising. Coca-Cola. In the Christmas song, who did the narrator see kissing Santa Claus under the mistletoe? In the Christmas song, not the Nat King Cole Christmas song, but in the Christmas song, who does the narrator see kissing Santa Claus under the mistletoe? I should say in a Christmas song. Mommy. In the movie Elf, how does Buddy get to the North Pole? The movie Elf, how does Buddy get to the North Pole? He hides in Santa's sack. Okay. This is from the night before Christmas. I'm just giving you some extra information. Where did there arise such a clatter? Where in the night before Christmas did there arise such a clatter? On the lawn. What are Christmas trees also called? I didn't know the answer to this one either, but I've read them all. A Yule tree. I have no idea. All right, those are all of my trivia questions. I probably have a little bit more time to talk. Apparently I do, because Marlon said at 33 minutes he would come in and get me. And he hasn't come in and gotten me. So I will continue to chatter away with you. I really hope you leave in the comments below how many of those trivia questions you got right. And we'll see what we can do. I may have a prize to give away to the person that's honest. You have to be honest and tell me how many you got right. Again, there were several that I didn't know. Did not know. Okay, well, it looks like he's not back in here telling me that I'm finished, and I had 32 minutes to go. So I will have to continue filming another segment. So I lied to you guys. Sorry, it's Christmas, I don't need to lie. But I will film another segment tomorrow when I have some more content to share with you, because I'm afraid of running out of things to say. So, hi guys, I am back, and I'm sorry I lied to you and said we were gonna have 3 segments. We're gonna have 4, because apparently I feel like I can talk a lot, but I'm like 10 minutes short of the hour-long time. So Marlon and I were talking, and he just talked about appreciation of people, appreciation of friends, and again, you know, I'm well over a year into diamond painting, and just wanted to talk a little bit about my appreciation for people. Sorry if you're hearing paws on the floor, it's my bulldog. Hi, Bella. Hello, baby girl. Every year people do things that absolutely surprise me and just are so kind to me, and I want to take a moment to thank all of you. You've grown my channel. You know I'm all about kindness, and I'm all about giving, and all about, you know, again, that's what I'm all about, and I'm going to continue to do that on this channel no matter what. But I wanted to share some things with you that kind of touched my heart. And so today on my chair, my financial clerk left a beautiful ornament. It says "Good Tidings of Comfort and Joy," and I love it. It's kind of farmhouse, and that's what she's all about. And you know, people give me things, and I can't believe it. They're so kind and so wonderful, and so that's what I got today. And then I got this ornament, and every year, and let me talk to you about Susie Gutierrez. Susie Gutierrez is one of the best teachers I've ever known, and she gives me an ornament every year that I put on my tree. She never forgets. She does it every year. And my nutcracker is what she got me this year. And I'm so touched by it, and just, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. And so every year when I decorate my tree, I've got ornaments from kids, from teachers, from, you know, parents, everything. And I'm just always so grateful that people remember and do that, because again, that's what it's all about, folks. Just the Christmas spirit, giving, all this stuff. The last thing I want to show you, and I have not done a Mom Monday in a while. because I'm kind of running out of stuff to show you, but this is on my coffee table. This is another quilt that my mother made, and it's all different Santas, and she knew I collected Santas, and she actually meant for it to hang on the wall, because she's got hangers on the back of it, but I just think it's beautiful. Sorry. I just think it's absolutely gorgeous, and you know, that is one of the things that my mother made for me, and I've kept it always and treasured it, and I just love it. I mean, he is so cute. So that's her table quilt that, you know, she made for me. And again, last year I've told you on my channel that I made the whimsical sunflower for my secretary, and little did I know when I gave her that and I framed it that she understood that I love diamond paintings, and so she gave me these little guys. I think they're off of Amazon. I don't know where they're from, but I just thought it was such a sweet gift. Like, look at the Santa, and look at Let It Snow. Oh my gosh. So cute. Here's a snowman. Oh, sorry, down. Can they see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Let It Snow, Santa, and then the last one is a snowman. And I will be doing these and putting them in a, like, kind of a 4-square frame for Christmas, because I don't have any diamond paintings yet that I've done for Christmas. So I think these will be perfect to just put in kind of a 4-square matted frame. And went to get my diamond painting framed. If anyone has any diamond painting lessons for me, I know Brandy's trying to help me out. I just went and got my ladybugs that I just got done taken to the framers, and it was kind of pricey. So I would like to know if anyone has any ideas for diamond painting. But yeah, just sitting here working on Sweet Tooth going, oh my gosh, I'm 10 minutes short on this premiere. I'm so sorry, but wanted to share with you some Christmas joy and whatnot. But tomorrow is another day, and I'm going to go to work, and we are going to spoil our teachers again with the 12 Days of Christmas. It has been such a pleasure to do this for you guys. And again, I hope you're enjoying your Christmas. I hope everyone is with the family they can be with. One of the things that is a complete gift to me is my father called me, and I can spend Christmas with him on Christmas Eve. And that, again, what I said in, again, the first video clip is Christmas Eve was always just the special time that my family shared together. And the fact that he called me and said, Kara, you can come over. So I'm so blessed about that. And just, again, this year has brought so many blessings to me with all of you, and meeting new friends and meeting new people. And I'm blessed, and just wanted to let you guys know that. And I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. He's not cutting this. He's not cutting the video.
You're not done yet.
I have 7 minutes to go. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else
4
to
minutes.
show you. Okay.
Tell them how much you love your husband and how much he does for you, and how much he loves you.
That's a good point.
What a Christmas
the man
gift.
behind.
You have 4 minutes to talk about your husband.
Oh, okay. The man behind the camera, he really is. He's an amazing guy. I do love him. You all know that. Oh my gosh. And he's laughing at me right now. Ooh.
So what are we doing for Christmas? We'll talk about that.
We're not doing much for Christmas. No kids are coming over. We're not going
Yay.
anywhere. We're not traveling.
Yay.
I mean, well, maybe we will travel someplace if you buy me plane tickets for Christmas.
Okay, here we go.
We will be at the house for Christmas. I will be diamond painting. I will be doing what I love to do. Actually, I was at Michael's today getting my counselor's diamond painting framed, and I looked, and I mean, Diamond Dots had a whole display. It was crazy. It was like, oh my gosh, that's great. So diamond painting has really exploded, taken off, and is now in craft stores. And I have to say, I looked at the display and oh my gosh, I mean, a lot of them were gone. A lot of the diamond paintings were gone. So this craft has taken off, and again, I'm so blessed to have found this craft, to have found all of you, and to have found a passion of mine that I love sharing with people, and more people want to know about it from me. And again, just blessed. Oh my gosh, hang on. On the back of the quilt, I forgot to tell you this. She always puts just a hand done. Can you pan in on that,
You gotta
Marlon?
go down, come this way. There you go.
She said quilted wall hanging made by Nancy S. Thomas for her daughter, Kara J. Fleming, 1998, with Michael.
Can you point to it? I can't see it. Oh, down there. Okay, got it. Hold on. Let me see if I can. There we go.
That is a gift to find, because that's her handwriting.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
I forgot about that. That's just so touching and so awesome.
We
So
need, to frame that.
yeah, we do.
We need a bigger house.
We need a bigger house. But you know what? We have everything we need right here. We do.
We need more closet space for you.
And my hanging diamond paintings. I know.
She's taking all my closet space, people. I have no room for my clothes anymore.
Because I'm hanging diamond paintings.
Me and the dogs have the same closet now. I'm
The
kidding.
dogs don't
I'm
have a
kidding.
closet, Marlon.
It's a joke.
All right. Well, we wish you all a very Merry Christmas.
You got 2 minutes.
I'm good. I'm good at 2 minutes short. I'm good at 2 minutes short. I've talked all I can. I have done my very best, and
I'm trying to keep you on time now.
I know you're trying to keep me on time. All right. Well, Merry Christmas, everyone. And I wish you the best of the season. I wish everyone joy and happiness with their families. And I'm so blessed that we get to go spend Christmas Eve with my father, that I haven't seen him since March, and he lives 5 minutes away. So we're going to go enjoy.
Okay, that's your middle name. Yay!
Yeah, it is my middle name. Yes, I'm Kara Joy. I am, and I collect everything joy because I believe in spreading it. So I wish you joy this Christmas season, and thanks for listening to our ramblings on. And again, have a Merry, Merry Christmas. Love to you all. This is the Principal Painter, and I am signing off.